So, recap of today's run. Today is day 6. See, Saturday was day 1, Sunday was day 2, Monday 3, Tuesday 4. Yeah, today is day 6. 3-mile run back to base. A few months ago, like 4 months ago, I was training and I did my base and everything. I was losing weight, and then I fucking started getting into heavier shit, but I was still a bit too heavy for the workouts I was doing, so I injured my hip. That's a little backstory. And I took about basically 2 months off. And within those 2 months, I kind of went back into my old ways and ate a lot and gained about the 15 pounds I lost. So, last Saturday was day 1. I was at 234 pounds. And then on Tuesday, I was 228 pounds. So within about 4 days, I lost, like 4 pounds. Most of it's water weight, I know. And I'm probably most likely fluctuating. But nonetheless, I'm losing weight. And a little topic I wanted to discuss is that the lower the weight doesn't necessarily mean the faster you're going to run. It's usually depending on the structure of your physiology that's going to determine your genetic potential. So obviously, if you're naturally fucking walking around at 90 pounds and you're like 5 foot, then yeah, you're going to be the fucking fastest runner in the world. But nonetheless, there's fucking guys out there who are like 6'2", 170 pounds, and they could fucking run just as fast and faster sometimes. Now I'm talking about the distance runners. Obviously the sprinters are like fucking giants, you know, they're fucking gazelles, buff gazelles, you know, and the distance runners are usually little fucking skimpy hyenas. But me, I'm naturally more in the middle. I'm taller than the average distance runner who's elite, and I'm obviously a lot fucking heavier. The average distance runner is probably like, well, the average elite distance runner, I would say, is around 5'7" to 5'10", like at 120, 135 pounds, right? Now that's pretty lean and small. The fastest runners are like fucking 5'4" and 110, 120 pounds, you know? But, you know, there have been some outliers out there, like Chris Linsky. He was around 6'2", 165 to probably even 180 or some shit, you know? He was a pretty buff big dude. He did not look like a distance runner at all. But his physiology was built in a way where he did have that running mechanic despite being a bigger runner. You know, despite being heavier, and what the math may have said, the way his stride looked, the way his body just glided effortlessly over the track or the road, or just, you know, the way his bodily mechanics worked when running was just an indicative that he had good running economy despite his weight. And he was able to get a fucking under 27 minutes. One of the only Americans to ever break 27 minutes in the taking. And that's fucking badass. And that's pretty fucking rare. I think for the most part because naturally bigger dudes don't go into running. They're like, oh, I want to be a skinny little wimpy kid. Or, you know, naturally bigger people don't fucking gravitate that much to cardio anyway. They'll just stick to weightlifting, which is fine and I don't blame them. But there have been cases of bigger, bulkier dudes excelling pretty well into the world-class levels of running. Also, another example is a bit smaller, but I think it's like 5'9" or 5'10". I forgot his name. It's some guy from Oregon, or he ran for a university. Oregon, I believe. Nick Simmons. Yeah, Nick Simmons is another dude. He was probably like 155, 160 pounds in his prime time, you know? probably 145, 150. But the thing is that he wasn't built like a skinny distance runner. They called him the Bison, so he was always blocky and shit. Like as I'm talking to you right now, I have like tits and shit right now. I'm pretty blocky myself, but my running mechanics isn't that bad. The only thing I need to improve on is my flexibility and lengthen my stride a bit and relax a little bit more, and I'll be better. Because at the time where I was running my fastest times, they weren't great times by any means. I was just running probably like a 5 flat mile. And then my 5Ks were like around 16, 17 minutes. 10Ks around 37, 36. My half marathon was around 123. My full marathon was around 3 hours, 12 minutes. You know, it's okay. Competitively wise, I wasn't like, oh my god, the next big thing, or I wasn't even good. But I was in the middle. Despite fucking working hard as fuck to get there, I was alright. You know, I was a mid-pack distance runner. I wasn't all the way in the end, and I wasn't all the way in the front either. Now, what I want to do now is obviously just compete against myself, and now that I'm older and more mature, and have my head screwed on relatively straight, as I'd like to think so myself, I want to break my PRs. In the mile, I want to get down to like 4:30. Now I want to transition to being a good runner, you know? I think around 4:30, still not elite, you know, still not world class, but I want to get into like 4:30s, and then 5K instead of like 16:30 or 17 minutes, I want to get down to like the 15s. The half, I want to get down to like 1:15, and then the marathon, you know, under 3 hours. And I got a lot of work to do, a lot of work. So I gotta take it like very methodical too, because I can't just fucking go straight into it, fucking injure myself like this time. And about a year ago too, I think I injured myself too. I just need to do fucking the training. I just need to have the training take its course and just fucking evolve little by little. And right now I'm at this fucking intersection where I can't see shit. So I'm just gonna wait for this dude to go because I don't see anything. But yeah. But like let me go back to the whole weight issue with running. Like before I used to think the smaller the numbers on the scale, the faster I'm gonna run. That was a highly fallible conception I had about myself in running. I got down to like 150, and I was like, nah, fuck, I was pretty happy with it, but I was like, man, I want to get down to 130. But the thing is, if I would have been 170, I would have been hydrated and fully loaded to go with a bunch of energy and the strength, and would have ran faster. But since I depleted myself to like 150 and shit, and wanted to deplete myself even more, that fucking backfired on me. And I'm gonna fucking just keep monitoring my diet, mainly my intake. I'm gonna be adding more, or I have been adding more vegetables and more vegan products in my diet. Am I gonna go full vegan? Most likely not. For some meals, yeah, now and then. But I love my meat, you know. I'm gonna implement more vegetables and more clean shit. So my goal for my weight around this time will probably be like 170s. Should be fine.